Hello, it's Linda Lysakowski with our quick tip for the day. And this question comes from someone who's not in the nonprofit sector yet. They actually work for a business and they do some volunteer work for a couple nonprofits. And they're starting to think about fundraising as a career. And the question is, how do I get started? And how do I know if this is really the right thing for me to do? And am I totally crazy for even considering this? Well, first of all, you're not crazy. I've been through this myself. I left a career in banking, and when I was telling people that I was going to work for a nonprofit, they actually said to me, "Are you crazy? Are you nuts? Why would you leave a lucrative career in banking and go work for a nonprofit organization?" But I found that nonprofit work was very rewarding for me, and I think you will find it is for you too. I have really three pieces of advice for someone, not only just people that are new to this profession, but even people who have been in it for a while. If you want to succeed at fundraising, I always recommend three things. One is lifelong learning. Learn as much as you can about fundraising. And secondly, set goals for yourself. And thirdly, get involved. So let me tell you a little bit about what I mean by this. Lifelong learning was really important to me. And when I went into the nonprofit sector, I had a lot of background in business world, and I knew some things that I knew would be valuable, and I could translate those into the nonprofit sector. But I also realized there was a lot I didn't know. And fortunately, I had a boss who right away gave me two good pieces of advice. One was join AFP, and the second one was attend a CASE conference. I happened to work for higher education. And when I went to my first conference and was thrown in with people who had been in this field for a number of years, I realized how little I did know, that I knew some things that would be helpful, but I had a lot to learn. And so I'm still committed to lifelong learning. I'm still learning even at my age, and after having been in this field for 30 years, I still appreciate lifelong learning. The second one was getting involved, and I felt like I was already involved in things like the Chamber of Commerce through my business job, but I also found that staying involved in things like the Chamber of Commerce could be a big help to me in fundraising, because it opened up a world of contacts with the business world that I wouldn't have had if I had strictly just started as a nonprofit person. But also I got very involved in AFP. I not only joined the chapter, but within about a year or two, I was an officer of the board, and then I was president of the chapter. And then I went on to get involved on the national and international level. And that involvement not only helped me learn and grow, but it also opened up a great deal of contacts for me. So when I started my consulting business, I knew tons of people in the nonprofit sector, and I had no trouble finding clients because I knew them all from AFP. So getting involved is really, really important. And setting goals to me is always important. And no matter what job I've had, I've always set myself goals of what I wanted to accomplish in that job. And I might have mentioned, if you listen to some of my other quick tips, that one of the things I decided after about 2 weeks on the job was I wanted to be a consultant one day. So that was one of my goals. I wanted to become a CFRE, and as soon as I qualified, I sat for the exam and became a CFRE. And then I immediately set a goal to become an ACFRE. So as soon as I qualified for that, I took my ACFRE exam, and today, of course, I'm an ACFRE. I wanted to become a national speaker. After going to a couple AFP conferences, I said, hey, I want to do that too. So I honed my skills at public speaking and started speaking at some local chapters. And the next thing I knew, I was speaking at an international conference. And then I decided I wanted to write a book, and now I have probably about 30 books to my credit. So all those things are important. Your goals may be different from mine, but set goals. Do you want to advance in your career? Do you want to be an executive director someday? Do you want to be a consultant? Do you want to just move to a bigger organization? What are some of your personal goals? So along with setting goals for your organization, how much money you need to raise and how much you want to increase your awareness and things like that, set goals for yourself because they're really important. So I would suggest that you follow those three advice things of learning as much as you can, setting goals, and getting involved. And to help you learn as much as you possibly can about areas of fundraising that you may not be aware of, I have a number of courses available. And the first one I would suggest, if you're just starting out in this field, is take my course called Fundraising as a Career. What Are You Crazy? And I think you'll agree and you'll find out in the end that you're not crazy. Um, you're just like me, you're ambitious and you want to do good in the world and you want to make a difference. So I hope to see you in my course, and I'll see you at the next quick tips. Bye.